Hell yeah! You're watching the Daily Dusty. Let's fucking do it.
What the shit is up, universe? Welcome to the world's finest one-man show. It's the Daily Dusty coming at you on this hump day. Thank you for joining me. I love you. Folks, guess what happened to me? Guess what the fuck happened to me? So, let me tell you a story. Other day, I was trying to check my IPD. You know what that is? That's the interpupillary distance. That's the distance between the center of this pupil and the center of this pupil. Very important if you're in the VR headsets. You have to know exactly what it is so you can move the lenses to where the lenses are right in the center of your two eyes to ensure it's the highest fidelity you can possibly get. So I'm in the mirror. I'm fucking trying that shit holding the, I'm using this motherfucker. I'm using a tape measure because I don't have a fucking ruler. And I'm up at the fucking mirror trying to tape measure this motherfucker, trying to figure out how many millimeters my goddamn pupils are apart. And I'm like, fuck this, I can't do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a fucking video. I'm gonna lean into my fucking camera and I'm gonna hold this shit up to my fucking eyeballs. And then I'm gonna go back and look at the video and then count the lines. Boom! Figured it the fuck out. Hell yeah. So I did it. Got real close to the fucking camera. Zoomed up on me, held this motherfucker in my eyes, and then I looked back at the video footage and horror! I saw some horror, folks, blackheads! It looked like some motherfucker had taken a magic marker and just put 100 dots all over my fucking nose. I was like, what the hell is that shit? It was not good. It was horrible. So I was like, no, Dusty, you were not doing your nose care correctly, to be honest with you. So, went immediately got me some Biore strips. Fuck yeah, Biore strips. And first off, you gotta do the eye care, of course. Gotta get rid of the fucking bags. 4 Biore strips is my 5th one, folks. So the first one I did the Biore strip, took it off. Holy God, it was like the inside of a cave, like stalagmites. Hundreds of stalagmites up on this Biore strip. It was a fucking horror show. I was like, what? So I was like, I'm doing this shit again. Did it a second Biore strip, ripped it off. Another 100 stalagmites. I'm like, how the fuck can I have so much shit in my goddamn nose? Did it a third time. More fucking stalagmites. And I was like, 4 times in charge, did 4 times. And 4th one was pretty clear, y'all. So I think I got most of it done. So we gotta pull this off and show you guys if I have anything left in my nose. Because why wouldn't I do this? So here we go. Let's see what I got. And boom, that shit pretty clean. Look, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean, to be honest with you. It's way better than it was, so not nearly as horrible. Few little hairs over here, but for the most part, I got one blackhead, one disgusting blackhead over there, but otherwise, pretty good. Pretty good, so got to take care of your noses out there, folks. Got to do that nose care, very important. I'm going to stay on top of that from now on. All right, folks. As usual, what'd you guys do? Yesterday, I forgot to ask you. You know what I did? First, I played some Night Sea, of course, but then I'm trying out some new VR games because I won't be beating Cyberpunk for too long. So I played that new Hell Is Us. Just came out. I played Hell Is Us in VR, and it was all right. You're not supposed to be able to play it in VR, but I know a guy. It's me, baby. So I fucking played Hell, and tonight I'll play Kronos, the New Dawn. That just came out the fucking day. I'm going to try that shit. It's amazing to be able to play these games you're not supposed to play in VR. Pretty fucking cool. So that is my night. Never too much information on this show. At least I talk about poops this time. You want me to talk about poops? Because I can talk about my poops. Don't get me started on my poop screams. Don't do it. And all right. Let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. As usual, the super chats are open. You know what that is. Boom! Super chats, the lifeblood of the show. Over here behind me, there's a chat. And then under the chat, there's a dollar sign. Click that dollar sign. And then, hey, if you like my show, I'm a digital busker. I basically put out free content. And then if you guys enjoy it, if you're entertained, throw me a few bucks. As you would do the guy on the street corner who is entertaining you with music or whatever the fuck they do. Super chats open. Gonna read them all at the halftime and the end of the show. Thank you in advance. And all right, let's go ahead and kick the fucking show off, folks. As always, gonna start you guys off with a little bit of Chud Watch. Let's fucking do it. Where's it at? Here somewhere, Chud Watch. Chud Watch. Hey, yeah, yo. Boom, got the dynamite. Then what the fuck do we do? And then all the cool people go. Woo! Fuck yeah! Sorry, got off on Chud Watch. Folks, our greatest fears have been realized. Trump was found alive. No, he's alive. He seems okay. I told you guys he was going to be okay, but I still hope for the best or the worst for that motherfucker. Anyway, so great time for the Epstein victims to go to the White House and give a big press conference. Here's the beginning of it. Bunch of people out there shouting, shame, shame at the White House before this thing got started up. Shame, 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 shame. Shame, ring the bell. Shame, motherfuckers. Shame on all of y'all. Unfortunately for us, Trump doesn't have any shame. We all know that. And neither does America because they voted for the motherfucker again. And anyway, this is they really should have been talking to folks if they're actually interested in child molestation victims, if they're actually interested in punishing pedophiles. They would have talked to the victims instead of going to Ghislaine Maxwell, you know, his co-conspirator in the whole pedophile ring. Instead of going to her and giving her a sweetheart deal and sending her to Club Fed, a much better prison, and releasing her on work release, they would have gone to the victims and they would like, tell us everything you fucking know so we can round these motherfuckers up. But they already know who's on the Epstein files. Spoiler alert, it's Trump! He's on there, motherfuckers! He's on there! Yeah, I know, pretty boy. He's all excited about Trump in the Epstein files. And anyway, here's Representative Massey out there. He was front and center to kick the whole thing off.
I think it's shameful that this has been called a hoax. Hopefully today we can clear that up. This is not a hoax.
Be cleared up.
This is real.
It's
there
real.
are real survivors. There are real victims to this criminal enterprise. And the perpetrators are being protected because they're rich and powerful
and the
political
president.
Donors to the establishment here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, they are the establishment in Washington, D.C. And the victims spoke out, folks. Here's a few of them. While they were speaking, of course, Donald Trump wanted to intimidate them. I guess he wants to distract. So, opportune time to do a flyover, a military flyover right over their heads. You know, like you did for Putin. I guess it's an intimidation tactic or something. I don't know, but this is our government now.
Department of Justice telling me that this was going to happen when it had already happened. This woman abused children.
Message received loud and clear. It's a show of force for the president. It's a distraction. It's a hoax. When they release the files and prove it, motherfucker. And all about there, this woman says that while Epstein was molesting her with Ghislaine Maxwell, he continuously bragged about being best friends with Donald Trump, which he was.
With Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey and Ghislaine were always very boastful about their friends, their famous or powerful friends, and his biggest brag forever was that he was very good friends with Donald Trump. He had an 8x10 framed picture of him on his desk with the two of them. Like, they were very close.
Very close. Very, very close. Best friends, one might say. And Virginia Giuffre, one of Jeffrey Epstein's main victims, who committed suicide a couple months ago, even though she specifically said, I will never commit suicide, suddenly was suicided. So now her family has to get out there and speak in her stead.
She fought for every survivor who was silenced, doubted, or discarded. And she never backed down, even when the world tried to break her. Today we rally not only in her memory, but in solidarity with every survivor. We are here to say, we see you, we believe you, and we will not stop until justice is served.
I got bad news. No justice is going to be served here. American people decided the head pedophile was going to be the president. The Supreme Court decided he's above the law. He's a dictator now. So this is all just window dressing, unfortunately. They're already being attacked by the maggots who don't give a shit about pedophilia or pedophiles.
Because justice is not selective.
It's a fiction.
It does not and must not bend to money,
but it does.
Influence, or titles.
Right, but it does.
We're here because every survivor deserves more than a headline.
They deserve it.
They deserve more than a single conviction. They deserve the full weight of the law behind them.
But America doesn't care.
Our demands are clear. Elaine Maxwell must remain in a maximum security prison for the rest of her life.
100% pardon. She's going to get cushy deals to go on podcast. She's going to make millions of dollars when she gets out, folks.
No leniency, no deals, no special treatment. The Epstein documents must be unsealed.
Am I going to be?
Every name, every detail, no more secrets, no more protection for those who preyed on the vulnerable. And finally, we demand full accountability from every enabler, every accomplice.
Yeah, you know, the time to do this would have been before Trump was elected. I don't want to shit on you guys. Like, I know they were scared. I know they probably didn't think he was ever going to get elected again. But, like, it's a little too late for all this, to be honest with you. Do this before the pedophile is the president. Just saying. Anyway, I'm not jumping on you. You're victims, I know. Here's one of them, and now they're threatening to bring out their own list now that it's way fucking too late.
And let me announce now. Several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know were regularly in the Epstein world. And it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved. Stay tuned for more details on that.
Yay! It's too late! What are you doing? What are you doing? You knew 10 years ago. You knew 5 years ago. You knew last year. What are you doing? Once again, you're victims. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get frustrated. I'm trying not to freak out, but it's like definitely too fucking late now. Holy shit. Anyway, this dog and fucking pony show. Epstein victim's lawyer.
Unfortunately, all of the documents and evidence that we have worked so hard to gather hide behind protective orders, confidentiality agreements, and bank secrecy laws.
Right.
That is why this discharge petition is so important. While we have seen the documents, you haven't. And when you see the documents, you're going to be appalled.
Release them?
And the American people deserve to see everything. When you sign this discharge petition, it should mean nothing is off limits. That means the documents in the possession of the CIA should be made available. Those in the possession of the FBI going back decades should be made available. The SEC, financial records in the possession of FinCEN should be made available. Everybody knows that evil flourishes in the darkness. Corruption flourishes in secrecy.
If you wait too late,
it is time
it flourishes.
Right now to make a difference for the women that are behind me right now.
Way past
They
time.
have been courageous and fought through this whole thing. Whether you're a Republican or you're a Democrat.
Or neither.
This one is an easy call. You're an American who cares about equal rights and equal protection under the law. If you care about these women, if you care about our country, and you care about this issue, this should pass with flying colors.
Yes, but the country doesn't care about any of that. The country just wants people to suffer as long as it's not them. And then when they suffer, they cry about it. That's us, folks. We're the worst. And of course, Trump is siding with the most notorious child predator in American history instead of his victims. No shit.
You are a person who has chosen to serve in an elected position to stand up for those you represent who cannot.
Not why he decided to serve. He wanted to stay out of jail and also make $5 billion in the first 6 months of his presidency, which he has. So, cats, what are y'all doing? What the fuck y'all doing? Y'all fucking my shit up.
Always stand up for themselves. We are those people. We are the Americans that you promised to protect, and we need your help. Please, President Trump, pass this bill and help us. Make us feel like our voices are finally being heard. Thank you.
Definitely, Trump. Definitely gonna pass that bill. Showing he's all over the fucking Epstein files, but of fucking course he's not. Because the first thing he did was go back public and talk about what a big hoax all these people are. They're all lying. It's all a hoax, folks. Who is even Jeffrey Epstein?
Mr. President, right now, there have been survivors of Jeffrey Epstein speaking at a press conference on Capitol Hill. They're calling for these case files, these documents to be released. And Thomas Massey, who was sponsoring a discharge position to get the House to vote on the release of those documents, says he doesn't believe you're implicated in these files, but many of your friends and donors may be, and he says that's why the Justice Department is redacting them and slow-walking the release. Is the Justice Department protecting any friends or donors, sir? So this is a Democrat hoax.
Hoax! Even though I ran on it, even though I talked about it constantly, even though every Republican who tried to get me elected talked about how I was going to be the one who released these files, how the Democrats were so scared. Suddenly it's a Democrat hoax, even though we used it to get elected.
That never ends. You know, it reminds me a little of the Kennedy situation. We gave him everything over and over again, more and more and more.
You didn't give us everything.
And nobody's ever satisfied.
Because you didn't release the files. You're literally the one blocking the files right now, you lying sack of shit.
I understand, I could check, but from what I understand, thousands of pages.
Yes, the same thousands of pages that are highly redacted that you guys already released to the public a long time ago. You didn't release any unredacted shit. You didn't release all the shit we actually want to see. You released all the shit you knew was already vetted, had you removed from it, and been released to the public.
The documents have been given, but it's really a Democrat hoax because they're trying to get people to...
Such a Democrat hoax. All those ladies are lying, folks. The only one telling the truth is Donald Trump. Epstein did nothing wrong. I don't know why he killed himself, folks. Why did Epstein kill himself? When all these women are clearly lying about him, he should have just hung around till Trump pardoned him. What a fucking idiot. Broken clock right twice a day. Marjorie Trader Queen out there, and even she pushing back against Trump and his assertion that this is a big hoax.
Today he called it a hoax. While these women were speaking out.
Right, but tomorrow you'll be sucking his dick again. Tomorrow you'll be 100% fully supporting him again. You'll forget about everything you fucking said today. None of this matters. You stand for nothing, but at least you're right in this one instance.
And they were saying, we're not a hoax. We're human beings. And I think we need to see something turn around there.
You know,
and I'll say this, Eric.
He can prove it's a hoax by releasing it.
Right. I know, right?
Decide
he can instantly, if it's a hoax, all he has to do is like, look, all these hoaxing motherfuckers. They made all this shit up. I'm gonna put them in jail, right? This proves I did nothing. Immediately he could prove all this, but he won't because it's bullshit. Even conservatives don't believe it. They just don't give a shit. They don't care about anything. He's their God. He's their cult leader. And the cult leader is supposed to fuck the children. That's the natural order of things.
So now, I mean, I love everything they're doing. I'm MAGA through and through.
I know. I love them rounding up brown people and destroying the country with tariffs, the largest tax increase in the history of mankind. I love the open corruption where our president has made $5 billion in his first 6 months in the White House. I love all this except for the Epstein cover-up, which I will completely ignore tomorrow and keep sucking their dick.
Well, I just want to finish up on one thing. Yeah. It's not a hoax because Jeffrey Epstein is a convicted pedophile. That takes away the whole hoax things. It's not a hoax. It's not a lie. And on that note, Eric, every Republican should be able to sign on to this. And that's the real hoax, that they're afraid to sign on to it because somebody who is a real...
Why are they not signing on to it, though? Tell the truth. Why are they not signing on to it? It's because Trump told them not to. Why are you not saying that? Why are you not telling the truth?
Coward from one of the Trump admin officials came out and called this a hostile act against the Trump administration.
Yeah, Trump said
I take very big offense to that. But
Trump never responsible for anything. Literally, that came from fucking Trump. But he's just his little baby. Trump, you're a baby, and it's all the people around him that do everything. He's just a small little baby, and it's every his fault. But all of a sudden, at the same time, he's a god who makes no mistakes, the greatest president ever. This cognitive dissonance. Both these things cannot be fucking true.
Because I put my life and my fortune on the line fighting to get that man elected, and whoever said...
Your life and your fortune, you've literally made like $200 million. You're worth like $100,000 when you got elected. You're worth over $200 million now. These people.
That has their job because of people like me that fought all the horrible Republicans.
You're such a hero, aren't you? Not actually telling the truth. And if it's such a hoax, who could have been the one who perpetrated this hoax? Oh, here's Shady Vance. What possible interest would the U.S. government have in keeping Epstein clients secret? Oh, if you're a journalist and you're not asking questions about this case, you should be ashamed of yourself. What purpose do you even serve? I'm sure there's a middle-class teenager somewhere who could use some harassing right now, but maybe try to do your job once. Yeah, Shady Vance right there. But who could have been perpetuating this Democratic hoax upon us all? Oh, it was the future president of the United States, J.D. Vance, and of course the current president. That's what they use to get them elected. But now, memory holding it, folks. It doesn't matter what happened. It matters what they say happened. And meanwhile, at a bus stop by the embassy this afternoon in London, terrific guy. He's a lot of fun. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. Literally an audio recording of Donald Trump saying this. We all knew about this before he was president either time, but America does not care about pedophiles, folks. It is the fakest country that could ever exist. Everybody is a pretender. Meanwhile, as she just mentioned, White House says vote to release the Epstein files is a very hostile act. The White House has warned Republican rebels in Congress that pushing for the full release of Jeffrey Epstein pedophile abuse files would be seen as a very hostile act by President Donald Trump. Why do you call him out for that, MTG? But we know why, folks. We know why this is a hostile act towards Donald Trump, because he's all over it. If it was a hoax, he would want it released. If he's some hero who was an inside informant ratting out Jeffrey Epstein, he would want this released. But he doesn't. He's the one suppressing it because he's in the fucking files, obviously. And Thomas Massie says, in response to a White House official told NBC in an email, helping Thomas Massie and liberal Democrats with their attention seeking while the DOJ is fully supporting a more comprehensive file release effort from the Oversight Committee, will be viewed as a very hostile act by the administration. And yep, here's Massie himself commenting on this.
Updates on the discharge petition. Do you think you'll get the number of signatures you need?
I think we'll eventually get there. What people are waking up and discovering right now is the folks who stayed up all night to go through the 34,000 individual pages have found that they're so redacted as to be useless.
It's the same shit.
And that many of them were already available.
Almost all of them.
Do you think this oversight tactic is releasing these documents? I mean, how do you actually read it? Clearly they're pushing for more transparency, but it seems like it's not enough for you.
Well, I appreciate the effort that they've undertaken, but the scope of their investigation is to investigate the investigators. Like, they don't ever intend to have any criminal referrals. There may be some notations from the Oversight Committee when this is done that, oh, this FBI person didn't check this box, or this person acted unethically, or this person got too light of a sentence. But they're not going in and trying to identify who these perpetrators were.
Because they don't give a shit. Right.
Sexual abuse crimes.
I wanted to ask which Republicans you think will end up signing on.
They're all in on it, folks. More than just Trump is on there, I can definitely guarantee you. He covered up for a lot of his buddies and himself. Run by pedophiles. Alex Jones was right about everything, right? I'm sure he's out there right now yucking it up, saying, see, I tell you, he's not. He's on the side of the pedophiles now. Huh, damn, that's amazing. Anyway, here's Representative Robert Garcia talking about this current situation.
Two things. One is Donald Trump has the power right now to release all of the Epstein files and documents.
Yes.
Right now.
Right now.
The DOJ is refusing to release the documents that have been subpoenaed. So there is a White House cover-up at the very highest level in getting the American public the information to bring justice to these victims. And I think it's very important for everyone to understand that. The second thing that's important is in the days ahead, we already know we're going to hear from some of the victims tomorrow. We're going to be hearing from other victims in other ways in the days and weeks ahead. It is very important that we believe these women.
We do believe them. The country just doesn't give a shit. That's the fucking problem. The country does not care about these women in any way whatsoever, okay? We don't care about pedophilia. All these MAGAs just going to send their kids out to get fucked by youth pastors and pretend like it's drag queens that are the problem. It's a day that ends in Y, the same shit every fucking day. And this is the files they release, folks. This is their game plan. We're just going to release all the same redacted files that we already released. And then we're going to say, see, we did it. Full transparency, the most transparent administration ever. Even Polymarket. Polymarket is that Peter Thiel betting site that you can bet on anything. Even they are making fun of him. Breaking bombshell Epstein files revealed. Yep, that's what they're releasing today, folks. Here's Representative Teresa Ledger Fernandez. Here's what the files Republicans just released look like. Who's to say Trump's name is behind those black boxes? Yep. The most transparent administration ever. We released thousands of documents. It's never enough for this hoax. Hey, if you have thousands of documents, then how can it be a hoax? Just saying. And shockingly, Liz of TikTok nowhere to be found. That's weird. Remember she was out there perpetuating the Epstein hoax? These are the same files they're releasing right now today. Once again, releasing these same redacted files. And she hasn't spoke about the Epstein case since Trump was elected. Not a single fucking time. Well, except for when they released these files. But since they released these files, she hasn't spoken about it. Since they basically got their marching orders to shut the fuck up about it. That there's nothing to see here. They're no longer talking about it because they never cared about pedophiles, folks. You already knew this. But if you needed more fucking proof, not a single one of these people speaking out about it. All these people in on it. These goofy fucks were all conspicuously absent from the Epstein victims' testimony today. That's right, because they don't give a shit. All they cared about was getting Trump elected. All they cared about was making money on Twitter, and they did it, and they're still doing it. Don't give a shit about children. And speaking of which, Fox News. Every other major network is carrying the Epstein victims' press conference except for Fox News, because why would they? Whatever they can do to cover for the orange goof. They get more victims than all these others combined. So that's what everybody's seeing right now, folks. Total information control. It doesn't matter what the message is. As long as you control what people fucking see, that's all that's got them important. And they do. They got it locked the fuck up. And Don Jr. out here, folks, trying to blame the victims. The left is trying so hard to pin DJT to this whole ignoring all their friends who were involved. But as I've been saying for years, if he was really at all involved, don't we all understand that it would have been leaked years ago? Then why doesn't he release it? Wouldn't it immediately let everybody know he's innocent as shit? And this is him, folks. Last year, 2 years ago, show us the Epstein client list now. Why would anybody protect those scumbags? Ask yourself this question daily, and the answer becomes very apparent. Hey, I do. And when you're right, Don. Why are you trying to cover up for the fucking pedophiles in the Epstein list? Why doesn't your father immediately release everything unredacted? Why? Tell us why. At least all the comments are calling him out for it, posting this over and over. But we all know you guys don't actually give a shit. We know nobody cares. And Matt Walsh attacking the victims once again. So these alleged Epstein survivors had a big press conference to urge Trump to release the names, even though they say they already know the names, but won't tell us who the names are. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But a big reason they had come forward before is because what is your message to President Trump? Epstein survivor says, I don't want to send him a direct message. I'm already scared enough. So, I do understand it's very scary, folks. You have all these powerful people, the most powerful people in the world. That's the ones who abused you. And justice doesn't really exist in this country. It doesn't exist in this world. They know that. So coming out only puts a target on their head. And we've seen time and time again, if you try to take down Donald Trump, if you try to take down the bad guys, you're the one that gets fucking punished. Happens over and over and over again, folks. So why would people come forward? Why would people stick their fucking neck out? If you stick your neck out, it's way more likely to get chopped off. And that's a big part of this, folks. They're only stepping up now because they're all grouped together and their safety in numbers. They're feeling more like, I guess, supported than they did in the past. So, it doesn't matter though, folks. None of this matters. As Leader Report says, breaking, any Republican who signs Representative Thomas Massey's discharge position on the Epstein files will be seen as someone hostile, committing a hostile act against the Trump administration, per a White House official. And the comments are like, I trust President Trump's judgment and strongly believe he has reasons that reach far beyond one or two American politicians. My money is on intelligence asset and the truth affecting leaders across the globe with repercussions for America's international affairs and destabilizing the world order. Yep, they don't give a shit, folks. He's a cult leader. They never cared about any of this. Whatever he says is fucking fine. He could literally rape their children in front of them. They will blame Joe Biden. I can't believe Joe Biden let Donald Trump rape my children. Also, thank you, Trump. We're so honored you raped our children. 100%, that's what they do, folks. Just the weirdest fucking people I've ever seen. But hey, they rule us. They beat us. They won. Flawless victory, and yep, we're pro-pedophilia now. Deal with it, libtard. And man, you won. You got me. Hey, I admit that it does upset me, okay? And I know that the only thing chuds, conservatives, you Republicans care about is upsetting people. And it does upset those of us who are decent, normal, moral people. It upsets us to have a pedophile president covering up for other pedophiles while he makes $5 billion off the back of America and he bleeds this country dry. That does upset me. It upsets every decent, fair-minded person alive. So you got us. You got us. I know that's all you cared about. That's all you cared about is owning us. And you did it. You did it. We are upset. I mean, you should be upset too. Like you should. I know you're not. You should be, but you're not. It's weird. It's weird. But you win. You win this one. Somehow, I guess. Meanwhile, Nancy Mace found a way to make this all about herself, folks. So, as I reported to you guys before, Nancy Mace went on the House floor and accused her husband and a bunch of his friends of drugging her and then gang raping her. A claim that she didn't make to the police, a claim that she's made nowhere outside the House floor, and then her husband sued her because it didn't happen. And then the lawsuit was thrown out because there's a law that says anything you say on the House floor is completely protected. You can't be sued for it, which is why she only said it there and not anyplace else. So then she went and met privately with some of the Epstein files, and she rushed out of the meeting early crying so she could get a good photo op of it. No, I'm too upset to talk about it. I'm too upset. This woman who literally is covering up the pedophilia. This woman who is literally backing Donald Trump when he makes sure they don't release these fucking files. She says, since it's already been reported, yes, I left the oversight briefing with Epstein victims early. As a recent survivor, not 2 years in, I had a very difficult time listening to their stories. Full-blown panic attacks, sweating, hyperventilating, shaking, I can't breathe. And yes, it's actually insane how impossible it is for you not to make every situation about yourself. But she doesn't care, folks. She got the photo op she wanted, and now she will go back in and cover up for the pedophiles in every goddamn way she can, because this is how the system works. The most evil people in the world rule us right now. Meanwhile, the last lie they told about the Epstein prison video has now been debunked. Remember, there was a minute missing? 11:59 at midnight, suddenly a minute went missing of the Epstein files, and Pam Bondi went public sitting next to Donald Trump, and she said, there's nothing to see here. The reason it was missing is because they have a videotape system that erases the minute at midnight every night of the fucking video surveillance. Every night it happened. So it wasn't some kind of conspiracy theory where apparently, oh, that was bullshit, because they found the footage, folks, and it wasn't erased at all. They say nothing's on there, but they found it. So she was fucking lying. It got completely blown up. Because everything they fucking say is a lie. Why wouldn't it be? Meanwhile, Donald Trump was finally asked, hey, when you were missing for 5 days last week, the whole internet was celebrating your death. What do you think about that, fucko? Here's his response.
Something completely different, but about a big viral social media trend over the weekend. How did you find out over the weekend that you were dead? You see that?
No.
No, I love Donald Trump when he tries to play stupid. You know, Donald Trump is eternally online. He's connected to the fucking internet. You know, 100% he knew that Trump was dead, was trending like a motherfucker. Just so stupid to watch him play dumb.
See you for a couple days. 1.3 million user engagements as of Saturday morning about your demise.
Really? I didn't see that. You know, I have heard, it's sort of crazy, but last week I did numerous news conferences, all successful. They went very well, like this is going very well. And then I didn't do any for 2 days, and they said there must be something wrong with him. Biden wouldn't do them for months.
I thought you didn't know about it. He just said multiple times he didn't hear it and knew nothing about it, and now suddenly he knows about it. Weird.
You wouldn't see him. And nobody ever said there was ever anything wrong with him, and we know he wasn't in the greatest of shape. No, I heard that. I get reports.
You heard that? You just said you didn't. You just pretended like this is the first time you're hearing it. And now, a fucking paragraph later, oh, I knew all about it. Yeah, it's just so strange to watch him lie from one sentence to another. What a bizarre country this is, folks. Meanwhile, another thing he's lying about, it's so weird. Like, I don't even understand why he's lying about this. So you guys, I didn't cover this last week because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Video footage got released of them throwing trash bags out of the second floor of the White House. I just assumed it was, maybe they were doing construction or something, or who fucking knows what it is. Here's the video footage. I don't know why it's doing it. All right, let's try one here. So there they are, throwing the fucking trash bags out. They threw multiple trash bags out, folks.
Another one? Let me see.
This is not AI. This is just footage from somebody's phone camera throwing bags out. So they asked the White House about it. The White House said they were just doing construction up there, just regular maintenance and construction, and they were just throwing debris out the fucking window because it was shorter. That's what the White House said. Nothing to see here, folks. That's a completely reasonable explanation for what the fuck happened. So then they asked Trump, and he just lies. There's no reason to lie about it, but he just loves lying. Here's Trump lying about it and claiming that footage is AI for no reason.
There's a video that is circulating online now of the White House where a window is open to the residents upstairs, and somebody is throwing a big bag out the window. Have you seen this?
No, that's probably AI generated.
That's not what the White House said.
Actually, you can't open the windows. You know why? They're all heavily armored and bulletproof.
You literally can't. We just saw it.
Well, it's got to be because I know every window up there.
You don't.
The last place I'd be doing it is that because there's cameras all over the place.
Okay,
right?
so I didn't think it was a conspiracy before, but now something nefarious going on, folks. All he had to do was say the same thing the White House said, was that, oh, yeah, we were just doing some maintenance, some construction. We threw some debris out. Now that he's lying about it, makes me think something horrible's up. What the fuck were they doing? Dirty diapers? I don't know.
No, but every window, I've never seen a window that's... In fact, my wife was complaining about it the other day.
My wife, who definitely visits me all the time, doesn't hate my fucking guts. My wife, who's definitely not contractually obligated to appear with me in public twice a year. When she was in the White House the other day, she would just say, it just hit me that she was saying this real thing that actually happened about the windows not opening.
To have a little fresh air come in, but you can't. They're bulletproof. And number one, they're sealed, and number two, each window weighs about 600 pounds. You have to be pretty strong to open them up. No, that has to be... Where was the window? Let me see.
Maybe from the renovations.
They're even trying to help him.
Which is the window?
It looks like this is on the 15th Street side, I think. Yeah. So right here.
Yeah, those windows are sealed. Those windows
They're literally not. It's not AI. Just so weird. Holy God, folks. What are they covering up now? Just say it's fucking debris. It just don't even make any sense. Literally lying when the truth would work better. Or I guess it's not the truth, but literally lying when the other lie they told would work better. At least tell the best lie you can tell. Not even good at lying. Meanwhile, now he's going public asking for money because he wants to go to heaven. Because why not, folks? Just 3 chef kiss delicious on the art of the grift. Donald Trump is once again invoking religion in his fundraising appeal, sending an email once again with the subject line, I want to try to go to heaven. Please send me $15, y'all, so I can go to heaven because Jesus really loves money. I'm trying to buy my way into heaven, y'all. Yeah, I made $5 billion. But somehow I need your money still to go to heaven. Make it make sense. But hey, he'll get his money, folks. The boomers will be like, I want my president to go to heaven. I better send him $15, $20. I love you, Mr. President. Just fuck. Good. Send him all your money. Less money for your stupid kids. Less money for yourself and your medical care. More of a chance that you'll die. So good. Do whatever you got to do. I'm for it. Meanwhile, Alex Jones, who should be the main voice, saying, I told you guys, I told you pedophiles roll us. I told us the deep state controlled America. Trump covering up the Epstein files, the most horrible pedophile in the history of America. Our president clearly covering up. I've been telling you guys about this for years and years and years. Finally, vindication. Everything I said was true. No, of course not, folks. Now, Alex Jones got a couple $100 million. Suddenly he has amnesia on everything he's ever fucking said. So he has this young, handsome, with amazing hair protege who basically was being too hard on Donald Trump. And so Alex Jones fires him and goes scorched earth because this guy dared tell a little truth about Donald Trump. Alex Jones made hundreds of millions predicting military in the streets, Israel controlling America, and a socialist takeover. But because it's Trump instead of Democrats, he fired Owen Schroyer for calling it Trump out. So here is Trump's former protege talking about him getting fired.
You probably noticed that I had not been hosting the War Room a lot this month. And, you know, Alex had been coming into my show and talking about how I'm negative and calling me a pessimist and all this other stuff, which is fine. You work for Alex, you're going to get hit with it a lot. Alex is not easy to work for, and that's fine, you know. That's okay. But, okay, he says I'm too negative. He says I'm a pessimist, whatever. I'm too anti-Trump. So I just said, all right, you know what? I'll just take some time off. I'll just disappear. And if Alex thinks I'm too negative, then maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm too negative now. Maybe I'm too much of a pessimist now. Maybe I'm too anti-Trump now. Whatever his issue was when he kept coming in the show, telling me I'm too negative, saying I'm a pessimist on his show.
So he's gone, but Alex Jones couldn't let it go, y'all. Alex Jones so fucking butthurt that his protege dare talk about the God King, Donald Trump. This is what he said on his show today.
Owen Schroyer is a baby sucking on a pacifier. He's an elitist, arrogant dirtbag. Owen Schroyer is scum. You think I'm here to be shit on? Do I look like a fucking toilet to you?
A little bit.
There's no more filter.
Oh, finally, no more filter.
Gone. And anybody fucks with me is going to get the full truth.
We're also scared.
And nothing but it, so help me God.
No, Alex
and
Jones.
then you want to try to stab your mother in the back because you're a big boy leaving the nest.
Are you his mother, Alex Jones?
Well, guess what?
What, Alex Jones?
You know what your mother is going to do?
What's that?
They've been my friend, but he's gotten really dark, didn't talk to the crew the last 2 years. And so it's like a different person. I'm not here to be the villain for somebody's lie. So wait till you hear his phone call to me yesterday. He literally talked
just so weird, like his whole career, Alex Jones. The police state is taking over, folks. They're going to militarize the streets. Just wait. Fallujah was just a test run for America. They said it, folks. Here's the documents that say they are just practicing in Fallujah for the takeover of America, folks. It's coming. The New World Order. A bunch of pedophiles. They rule us all, the oligarchs, folks. And now that's happening. And he's like, oh, my God, I can't believe you dare talk about Trump. You're fired. You're a goddamn elitist scumbag. Just holy shit, it's so weird. What a strange timeline in which we live, folks. Meanwhile, let's check in with martial law. Speaking of fucking Alex Jones, the very thing Alex Jones should be talking about. Trump illegally deployed troops to Los Angeles, a U.S. judge ruled President Donald Trump deployment of National Guard troops to Los Angeles during June protest against his immigration crackdown violated federal laws. U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer on Tuesday issued an order barring the use of troops deployed in California and other military troops in states to execute the laws. So, of course, our dictator Donald Trump is like, fuck that, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm sending troops to Baltimore and Chicago, baby.
Can't walk outside, we're petrified. If the governor of Illinois would call me up, I would love to do it. Now, we're going to do it anyway.
We're going to do it anyway. Fuck states' rights. Fuck what the governor says. We got to militarize the streets because, hey, I'm going to declare martial law. I got to make sure the elections don't fucking happen. Might happen for the midterms. Might happen for 2028. Whatever. Depends on what the fuck happens. But that is obviously my goal. Number one thing Alex Jones should be calling out. But he ain't, because money changes you, baby. I guess that's the only reason I'm glad I'm not rich. And here's Pritzker. He's the governor of Illinois, and he's like, what the fuck going on around here?
I'd like to ask a question of my own.
Ask it.
And it's one the press should be asking as well. When did we become a country where it's okay for the U.S. president to insist on national television that a state should call him to beg for anything, especially something we don't want?
Doesn't matter what you want.
Have we truly lost all sense of sanity in this nation?
Yes,
that we
obviously.
treat this as normal?
No. None of this is normal. None of this is normal. The country voting for a pedophile who tried to overthrow the fucking government is not normal. This whole country has gone goddamn insane and decided we no longer want to exist. So we're not going to, right? This is the death throes of America. The tagline for the show is live from the collapse for a reason, folks. I'm just here to chronicle the collapse for as long as I'm able to. And meanwhile, speaking of the military dictatorship taking over, folks, speaking of martial law, here's the new precedent they've just set. The president has the ability to unilaterally just kill anybody he wants to, extrajudicially. He doesn't need due process. He doesn't need to prove guilt. He can just declare you're a criminal, and he can kill you now. This is why they're doing this, folks. Now, first, they're going to do it to foreigners because U.S. citizens will be less likely to be upset by this. This is how the precedent gets set. And so then he can just start declaring anybody in the U.S. a terrorist, anybody anti-American, and he can just kill any of us once he knows he can get away with this. So Trump strikes on a Venezuelan drug vessel, kill 11 people. He killed 11 people live on video. A U.S. military strike on suspected drug smugglers in the Caribbean Sea killed 11 people Tuesday, according to President Donald Trump, who claimed that the narco-terrorists targeted in the operation were affiliated with criminal gangs that he says act at the direction of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Folks, it is not a capital offense to be a drug smuggler. In fact, in the United States, they have never, not once ever, put somebody to death for smuggling drugs. So like I said, a complete precedent is being set right now in front of our own eyes. And of course, all of the right-wing influencers, all the Twitter accounts, they're selling this as a good thing to boil the frog slowly, to get the United States citizens used to the idea that the president unilaterally has permission to kill anybody he wants to. This is problematic. The U.S. just executed a drug dealer without any due process, a trial, or any appeals. What is the limiting principle? What other kinds of criminals can we now execute without warning? And what's this intervention? A war? How long? What's the mission? Folks, if you haven't seen this, I'm going to show you the video. If you don't want to see this, look away. This is Donald Trump murdering 11 people. Now, they might have been drug dealers. I have no idea. None of us know. None of us know who these people are. All we have is the word of Donald Trump that these people are drug dealers. But that's why we have due process. That's why we have the legal system. Because you're not supposed to be able to just kill people without proving your fucking case, without showing any evidence. That is not what America's supposed to be, but that's what we are now. So, of course, they're immediately selling it. Here's Eric Trump, who claims he's going to run for president. Says, as a person who has had multiple friends and children of friends die of fentanyl, I've never had anybody die of fentanyl. I mean, I know it's happened, but I don't know anybody. I guess you just know a lot more drug addicts than I do. Nothing puts a bigger smile on my face. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Stop poisoning our children. You had 28,000 likes for extrajudicial murder. And it's very obvious why they're doing this, folks. Yes, it's Venezuela today, folks. Next, it's you and me, believe me. Here's Matt Walsh. This guy rightly said drug trafficking is a crime, not an act of war. Traffickers must be arrested, not summarily executed, which U.S. forces just illegally did. And they're selling it everywhere, folks. 22,000 for popular right-wing influencer Matt Walsh. Counterpoint, kill the foreign drug traffickers who bring poison into our country. Kill them all, folks. And this is the point of militarizing our streets, getting us used to the fact that they can kill anybody they want to without any due process, without proving their case in court. They have permission. He's a dictator, and he can do whatever he wants to, folks. This is a trial run. I hope you guys are paying attention. And a lot of people are just saying the truth. 35,000 people shitting on these people for telling the truth. So Bad Hombre, who is a right-wing dickhead influencer, says, and just like that, President Trump now has Democrats mourning the death of Venezuelan narco-terrorists. But that's not what we're mourning. We're mourning the fact that he can kill somebody without proving a crime. We're mourning extrajudicial murders in this country. We're mourning the death of democracy in this country, the installation of a dictator. Every one of these people is right. drug trafficking is crime. I read you that one. All I can say is that I hope Trump is using actual evidence that these are actual drug traffickers and gang members in Venezuela, unlike what he did with the 280 immigrants whom he sent to Secot prison for being gang members without any legitimate evidence in many cases. Taking human lives is a major thing. Does drug trafficking warrant death? Who could be against that comment? Well, 35,000 right-wing dickheads. Again, Trump is going against civilized norms. We know he loves the death penalty, and now he is executing people off the coast of Venezuela based on suspicions. Imagine if every country started blowing up civilian ships in international waters. Murderous bully. True, right? Lethal force against a civilian vessel in international waters is a war crime, if not in self-defense, which this video does not show. Only non-lethal actions like warning shots or disabling fire are allowed. Be suspected of carrying drugs doesn't carry a death sentence. True, that's all true. Why didn't we just track and interdict the vessels in U.S. waters, arrest the crew, and seize the drugs, as the U.S. Coast Guard routinely does, because he set the precedent that he has the right to murder anybody he wants. And I can't believe it, folks, just like MTG was telling the truth earlier, I actually agree with Rand Paul here. Rand Paul being surprisingly based on right-wing Newsmax about this whole situation.
The fact that U.S. officials describe the individuals killed by the U.S. strike as narco-terrorists does not transform them into lawful military targets. The U.S. is not engaged in an armed conflict with Venezuela or Trinidad. The strike runs afoul to the right to life under international human rights law. So the president basically said that these guys are terrorists. You can kill terrorists. You can't, I guess, kill drug dealers just for dealing drugs, right?
Well, this is, brings up a question. So, we assume these people were bad people and drug dealers, but if they were caught off the coast of Miami, we would stop the boat. If they don't shoot at us, we don't shoot at them. They're confiscated, they're put in jail, and then they go through a trial to prove what they were doing. And if they have 20 pounds of cocaine or heroin or something on the boat, they'll be convicted. The reason we have trials, though, and we don't automatically assume guilt is, what if we make a mistake and they happen to be people fleeing Venezuela, the Venezuelan dictator? I think probably that, we had the facts correct. We got bad people here. But that's the reason, like, off our coast, it isn't our policy just to blow people up. We don't blow up ships entering our waters unless they're, hell-bent on attacking another ship, or unless they are resisting with gunfire. Right. We arrest people. So it is difficult, and it's hard because obviously they're bad people. So people are like, they want something bad to happen to them. But typically, even the worst people in our country, if we accuse somebody of a terrible crime, they still get a trial, basically. They get a lawyer, they get their day in court.
Yeah. But if we're at war, we blow up bad guys.
If we're at war, they'll declare war on anything, folks. The world woke. We'll give them the right to kill all of us, folks. Send a drone strike in here and end my fucking show. You think it won't happen? Who's to fucking know what these crazy motherfuckers will do next? But I'm happy to see a few people standing up against the militarization of our streets, against the martial law takeover. Here in L.A., apparently, this guy filed a lawsuit and he got a restraining order against the press being removed from the jackbooted thugs, and he's standing up to him, and they're doing everything they can to abuse his rights. But he ain't fucking having it. There's some hero shit here. Let's have a look.
Not have to go. Yes, you do. No, the press has to leave. Sergeant. Okay, no, bring your sergeant over here, because you must not know about. Do you want me to read the temporary restraining order to you? Because the temporary restraining order says that press is exempt. Well, you don't have to talk to me anymore. Who's the sergeant? Get the sergeant over here. My sergeant wants to go. Give me a second. Get the sergeant over here. You can arrest me then. You're gonna violate the restraining order, then do it.
Let's go over there.
No. The press is exempt from the restraining.
No, they're not right now.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
they're not right now.
There. Behind the tape, you can film all you want.
I'm not.
It's okay.
Why?
We want everybody over there.
Why?
Because
why can't I be over?
By a lieutenant. So
okay, bring your lieutenant over here.
I'm not
you're violating the restraining order.
You want to get pushed?
You can push me. Violate the restraining order. Go ahead.
Everybody go across behind the tape.
Why? You're violating the restraining order?
It doesn't matter right now.
The restraining order doesn't matter right now? No, you're going to push me. Go ahead, push me then. Dispersal order does not include press. Do you want me to read it to you? You guys just got the email this week.
I didn't get the email.
You didn't get the email? Then your chief lied.
Okay,
Then your chief lied. Because I know Carranza sent it out to you guys.
Okay, well, you talked to
No, I am not. I am not leaving right here.
Okay, you're gonna get arrested, sir.
I'm going to get arrested for what?
For being here after the special order was given.
I have my press pass
I
on.
understand you're the press.
Is exempt from the dispersal order.
Not today.
Not today.
You're going to
What's your serial number?
Go behind the tape.
What's your serial number? What's your serial number? Why don't you have it on your helmet? What's your serial number?
Let's go.
What's your serial number?
Fuck
What's
you.
your serial number?
I'll tell you over there.
No, I'm
I'll tell you over there. No, fuck you.
You
can stay, but
Go
you
ahead.
got to be on that.
No, I do not have to. I do not have to do that. You guys do
Brave
not.
guy, stand
What's
up.
your serial number?
Let's go
What's
over
your
there.
serial
Let's
number?
go.
I'm not moving.
All right, guys,
There's
stop.
no reason to move. You guys have no idea what you're talking about. Go swear. Huh? Let me tell. Why do I have to move from here? He's telling me that I am not exempt from the restraining order. You guys don't know your restraining order. No. Bring your lieutenant over here. I don't care. You guys don't know the restraining order. I am exempt from the restraining order. Members of the press, you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I don't want to go with you. I don't have to.
You're absolutely right.
You're right.
Here with us as media.
Thank you. What's your serial number? Because he refuses to give it to you.
He's going to stay here?
Yes, I'm allowed to. You guys don't even know you're fucking. You don't
He's
even know.
like, what? You're gonna let him win? We're the God man. He's supposed to do whatever we say. There should be no rules for us. What?
Restraining order.
I got it.
What's his serial number? I want your serial number. No, I want it right now. He's walking away. He's right here. He refused to ID. I want his shit. And if you don't give it to me, I'm gonna.
The thing is, this is all Gavin Newsom thugs too, though. Unfortunately, folks, even if we win, we lose. Even our win is still a fucking loss in this country. That's how shitty this goddamn place is. And speaking of which, let's check in with the economy, folks. And the CEO of McDonald's said the quiet part out loud. Here he is describing what America's turned into.
And part of what we also saw was that, particularly with middle and lower income consumers, they're feeling under a lot of pressure right now. I think there's a lot of commentary about what's the state of the economy, how's it doing, and what we see is it's really kind of a two-tier economy. If you're upper income, earning over $100,000, things are good. Stock markets are near all-time highs. You're feeling, quite confident about things. You're seeing international travel. All those barometers of upper income consumers are doing quite well. What we see with middle and lower income consumers is actually a different story. It's that consumers under a lot of pressure in our industry.
Big down on purpose.
For lower income consumers is down double digits, and it's because people are either choosing to skip a meal, so we're seeing...
We can't afford to eat at McDonald's anymore. You guys have priced us out of McDonald's. It's only for the middle class and wealthy now.
Breakfast, people are actually skipping breakfast, or they're choosing to just eat at home. And so for our business, which has a significant group of consumers which are in that middle and lower income, we needed to step in with something like what we're doing here.
But because it's a two-tier economy, do you not get the benefit of wealthier people trading down that you might in a generalized economy or economic downturn?
We don't see as much, again, because that wealthier consumer right now isn't feeling under a lot of pressure. It's just, this isn't like what we saw in the Great Recession where that consumer, everybody was trading down. Right now, again, if you're upper income, you're feeling pretty good about things, and so we're not seeing as pronounced a trade down effect.
Yeah, they're sucking every penny they can, folks. The poor that voted for Donald Trump, like, holy shit, literally the worst possible thing you could do at the worst time you did it. You literally slit your own fucking throat. There's no helping you either. There's no lessons that'll be learned. That's what I've learned. They're just going to blame Democrats for whatever Trump does anyway. They're going to put another Republican back in no matter fucking what. You can't talk to these people. You can't help them. They can't help themselves. Meanwhile, even Dollar General is going to raise prices, folks, because the tariffs hit the poor and the middle class the most, because we're the ones that have to buy cheap foreign goods the most. Discount retailer Dollar General has said that President Donald Trump's trade policies have forced it to raise certain prices. Tariffs have begun to result in some price increases, CEO Todd Vasos said in a call with analysts on Thursday following the release of the Dollar General's second quarter results. We haven't even felt the sting of most of the tariffs yet, folks, because they front-loaded a lot of the inventory before the tariffs kicked in, and now the inventory is running out, and now we're finally going to see the incredible increase in inflation. That's really going to hit us, folks. Meanwhile, unemployment ticking up. Unemployed workers outnumber available jobs for the first time since 2021. The number of job openings decreased by more in July than economists were expecting as the labor market recalibrates. In response to President Donald Trump's trade war and immigration crackdown, open jobs in the monthly JOLTS survey fell to around 7.2 million, down from 7.4 million in June. The Labor Department reported Wednesday. Economic forecasts for the report range from 7.3 to 7.5 million. Meanwhile, the one hurt the most, of course, as always, Black Americans. Black American unemployment skyrockets to 7.2% from low of 4.8% in 2023. Yes, Biden got it down to the lowest number it has ever been. Rocketed back up. That's what happens when you attack DEI so much. When you erase the hand up we were trying to give to Black Americans to just try to help them from the hundreds of years of oppression we have subjected them to. But that's out the fucking window now, and white supremacy is back in full fucking fledged. So people hurt the worst are the people who can at least afford to be hurt the worst. Our fellow Black Americans. Meanwhile, the farmers are looking for their teat to suck, as they always do. Arkansas farmers voted for Donald Trump in record numbers. Now, hundreds of struggling Arkansas farmers ask federal government to save them. Because this is what they do, folks. They fuck up the rest of us, and they ask for that handout. So the prices are going to go up. We're going to have to pay higher prices. And then also, we're going to have to pay for their fucking bailouts. You don't hate farmers enough. Fuck these people. Meanwhile, historic cuts in food stamps benefits go into effect because we can't fuck over our poor enough folks. Every bit of the wealth has to trickle straight up to the fucking top. Nothing for you. That's the point. They want you on your hands and knees with your plate out, begging for scraps, begging for crumbs, because it makes you easily controllable, makes you sell out your fellow people. On Monday, new policy included in President Trump's tax law Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program SNAP benefits that have provided low-income Americans with more purchasing power in the grocery store began to go into effect, which also hurts our farmers, which also hurts our grocery stores, which also means more bailouts that are going to have to come from us because we're the biggest suckers and losers on the planet. We just get fucked every end. We get fucked in our ass, in our mouth, our ears, our eye sockets, folks. Americans love get fucked. We're the biggest cucks on the planet. Just lay down, spread wide open, and just take it, baby. While pretending we're these big fucking alpha males. Pretending we're fucking badasses. Don't tread on me, but this country loves to be treaded on. Nobody fucking standing up to this fucking shit. Meanwhile, Donald Trump making up a bigger number every day, folks. Today, the number's up to $17 trillion in investment he brought in. A month ago, it was $1 trillion. Then a week later, it's $4 trillion. Week after that, it's $10 trillion. Now it's $17 trillion.
Because without the tariffs, this country is in serious, serious trouble.
We were much better without the tariffs. The tariffs are a tax on the poor middle class.
We've taken in almost $17 trillion of investment is coming in. Most of it is coming because of tariffs.
Yeah, isn't that true, folks? Haven't we taken in $17 trillion, which is half of all United States GDP? Yeah! Just he'll say anything, folks. I'm more worried about how many Shroot bucks we've taken in. I bet we've taken in at least a couple 100,000 Shroot bucks, and don't even get me started on how many Stanley Nickels we got. So I'm just saying, if you're going to lie, Trump, at least make the lie entertaining. Meanwhile, he out here saying everything's great, folks. Prices are way down. They're not. Now, MAGA, there's got to be a couple conservatives that hate watch this show. Even you got to admit, this is not true. Come on, you know it's not true, right? You've all been to Walmart. You know prices are not lower, right? I mean, you might not care that he lies, but don't lie to yourself. Be honest with yourself. He is lying, right? Come on. Prices are way down in the USA with virtually no inflation. Inflation has definitely ticked way fucking up. With the exception of ridiculous, corrupt politicians approved windmills, the states that have the more renewable energies have less electric bills than the states that don't. The prices have ticked up in all the places that Donald Trump has killed renewable energy in, so that's a lie. Which are killing every state and country that uses them. No, they're not. Energy prices are falling. No, they're not. A big-time gasoline is at many-year lows. No, it's not. All of this despite magnificent tariffs, which are bringing in trillions of dollars from countries. The United States consumer pays the tariffs. that took total advantage of us for decades and are making America strong and respected again. Literally, he is taxing the middle class and the poor so he can pass massive tax cuts because the entire purpose is to funnel the money straight to the fucking top. That's what they're doing. Even the McDonald's CEO just told you guys this. At least some maggots are starting to wake up because the comments on this post, like from IAW for Trump, sorry, real Donald Trump, I love and support you. Well, there's the fucking problem. But food prices, rent, insurance are all sky high and continue to climb. Average Americans cannot afford groceries. We are suffering more and more, and working parents are going without eating so their kids can eat. It's not good, POTUS, but it doesn't matter. He knows this, but you keep saying, I support you, Mr. President. I love you. So he's going to keep doing it. He's going to keep fucking you in the ass. And you know what? You deserve it. You know what? Your kids don't deserve to eat, to be honest with you. I'm sorry. That's mean. But if you don't love your kids, I don't love your kids. You know them better than I do. You know, you're a judge of their character better than I am. Betty Crocker cookbook and start making their own food. Biscuits from scratch, yeah! Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Mr. President, you were doing so much for the American people, but sir, food prices are still very high. He's not doing anything for the American people. Everything he's doing is just for himself. Literally zero is benefiting you, Pammy. But it doesn't matter. You don't deserve to be benefited. You deserve to eat your cat food, and you should deserve to die, right? So just do it, but more quietly, please. And mind-blowing, folks! But for anybody from another country, and you want to know what it's like to be an American, only in America, a newborn hospital bill hits $1.5 million. By $1 million NICU babies. So when you hear people like Elon Musk talk about, why are people having more kids? Oh my God, the fertility crisis in this country, it's the biggest problem we fucking have. It's because of people like Elon Musk sucking all the money to the very top, and we don't have any money, folks. We cannot afford to pay $20,000, $40,000 to have babies. And that's just for the hospital bill. Not to mention what you have to pay to feed them, to clean them, to keep them. We literally can't afford it anymore. We're goddamn broke. And America seems to have no appetite to fight fucking back, so we're just going to lay down and go extinct. This whole country going fucking extinct. Killed by the oligarchs and the billionaires, but really killed by ignorance because we don't have to let it happen. We never have to let it happen. But people are literally too stupid. We have a virus that has attacked us, and we do not have the correct antibodies to fight back against it, which would be intelligence. We just are too fucking stupid. And yes, the United States is the only place on earth where poor people shun unions, free health care, and free education because the rich tell them to. But that's what happens when you have people like Jeff Bezos buys the Washington Post, Elon Musk buys up Twitter, which was the town square, and then they funnel right-wing talking points to the front page. That's all you see. It's total information control. They dominate what the masses hear, what they think. And people are just too unwilling to actually think for themselves, to fight back, to research. It's easier to go along. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to follow the other sheep right off the fucking cliff. Live from the collapse, baby. Meanwhile, speaking of the collapse, Trump administration rolls back oversight of banks. You guys remember the big bank collapse when they did the mortgage derivative swaps where they basically gave loans to everybody in the world who wanted a house, knowing these people wouldn't be able to pay back the loans. And then they bundled these loans up, these fraudulent loans. They knew they were going to fail. They bundled them up with other assets. And then the people that rated whether things were good investors or not gave them AAA ratings. And they took them out there and they sold them to the American people. So they put them in our 401k plans. And we put them in our retirement programs. And America loaded up on these mortgage derivatives. And then when all of the people started defaulting on their loans, the banks started collapsing. All our 401k started collapsing. So, of course, the American government went in, they bailed out the fucking banks. They took our taxpayer dollars once again. They fucked us in the ass again, and they gave it to rich people. More acceleration of the money right to the top. But here's what they told us. Hey, at least we've learned from our lesson, and we're going to put rules in place to make sure this never happens again. So, yes, you guys are all getting fucked in the ass. Yes, we're taking all your money, and we're giving it right to the fucking rich. But at least, we promise, never happening again. Well, you're going to laugh. It's happening again. U.S. regulators are pulling back on some bank exams and the use of confidential disciplinary notices, a sign lenders are already benefited from a softer touch under President Donald Trump's administration. So, another collapse, folks. And this is just the game over and over again. They make tons of money, they collapse the system, and then they have us bail them out. They make tons of money, they collapse the system, they have us bail us out. It's socialism in reverse. It's socialism for the rich, but we have no ability to fight back, folks. We're just going to lay down and die. And hey, we deserve it. You know, what can you say? A country that will not fight back against this, does it deserve to exist? No. A country too stupid to exist should not exist, and that's who we are. Meanwhile, the Trump family made $6 billion off crypto alone. President Donald Trump and his family amassed as much as $6 billion on paper after their crypto venture opened trade for a new digital currency, the Wall Street Journal reported. One of Donald Trump's sons just started a business yesterday. They took it public. And the entire purpose of the company is just to buy Bitcoin and to mine it. That's all it does, is buy and mine Bitcoin, folks. Why you can't feed your family, why you can't even afford McDonald's anymore. You guys voted for suicide, so fucking die. What else can you say? And now we're just going to get into the rest of the Chud section, folks. 1,000 HHS employees signed a letter saying RFK must resign or be fired, folks, because Captain Brainworms, the guy who has no education in medicine, the guy who's not a doctor, but because of meritocracy is in charge of our healthcare system, he's killing us. He's destroying what little healthcare we once had in this country. So all the doctors, all the scientists are standing up. They're raising the alarm. They're signaling the alarm. They're blaring it at us, folks. More than 1,000 current and former employees of the Department of Health and Human Services are demanding that Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. resign following his ousting of the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and other actions they say are compromising the health of the nation, folks. It's exactly what they did the first time, where Trump disbanded the pandemic response force right before the pandemic hit, killed 1 million extra people. This is the game plan. They don't give a shit, folks, and why should they? Why should they have any respect for you? Why should they have any respect for the American people? The American people doesn't deserve it. Respect is earned, right? Meanwhile, speaking of meritocracy, folks, this is the person who is the Secretary of Energy in this country right now. Secretary of Energy Chris Wright says, even if you wrapped the entire planet in a solar panel, you would only be producing 20% of global energy. One of the biggest mistakes politicians can make is equating the electricity with energy, but of course, this is so stupid. He even got commented, Earth gets 1.5 million terawatt hours a day of solar energy, over 3,000 times the global energy use. Covering just 1% of land with panels could theoretically power the planet. Electricity is energy, and electrification replaces fossil fuel use in transport, heat, and industry. Of course, that's not true. We could just cover 2% of the Sahara Desert in panels, and that would be enough for the entire planet. But this is who we have ruling us, folks. This is who's literally in charge of our energy. People who will say stuff this fucking insane, but it doesn't matter. America voted for suicide, so this is the slow death we voted for. Now let's check in with Laura Boebert to see how her life is going. Back in 2023, she says, I'm very happy to see that our efforts were heard and U.S. Space Command will remain in Colorado Springs. Our entire state delegation worked across party lines to put Colorado's interests first on this major military investment. Colorado is the one and only home the Space Command has ever known, and it will remain that way. Yes, that's right, folks. It's going to remain. Oh, wait a minute. Trump to relocate Space Command headquarters to Alabama. Wah, wah. That's what you get, you fucking sycophant, you fucking bootlicker. You licked those orange nuts and he yanked it right out from under you. President Donald Trump's administration will announce on Tuesday that U.S. Space Command will be located in Alabama, reversing a Biden-era decision to keep it at its temporary headquarters in Colorado. So, whip them out, bitch. And what else? I got one more, folks. Once again, this is how the entire game is played, though. This is why America is too stupid to fight back, because of total information control, because right-wingers dominate social media now. The legacy news media, it was never really left-wing anyway, but it was more left-wing than the incredibly partisan right-wingers who dominate social media, right? But now the legacy media doesn't really have any power. Almost all of our information comes from social media now, and since right-wingers dominate it, they 100% dominate the narrative. So all they do is lie all day because they know the lies work better than the truth. Did they delete this? So even when they know they're lying, I guess they deleted it. I can't even show you this. This is a post put up by End Wokeness, where an illegal migrant is frying eggs on the tomb of an unknown soldier. It's rage bait to enrage people, only it wasn't even in this country. It wasn't the tomb of the unknown soldier. He just lied about it, but it had like 100,000 likes. I'm surprised he even deleted it. I guess he got called out so many times that he decided to delete it, but usually they don't. Usually they just fucking keep it up. So I guess I'll give you a golf clap for deleting your lies after it was already seen 100,000 times. But even if they do delete it, folks, not 100,000, millions of people already saw it. And they don't tell you that it was a lie. They don't do any kind of correction. So all the people that saw it believe it's fucking true, and they base their voting decisions off this kind of bullshit. And so, folks, this is why you can't afford McDonald's. This is why your kids barely going to get a present this year. Total information control. What the fuck you going to do? Apparently nothing. And that is my Chud Watch for this evening. And all right, folks. Oh, shit. I accidentally shut that down. I didn't mean to shut that down. If you're watching the show, and you clearly are, that's how logic and reason works. Look at all these shows I've done, folks. Scrolling down. We're on the 500 and holy shit, that's a lot. I've probably done 1,000 shows since I started this show 8 years ago. I've been on YouTube. I just had my 16th anniversary on YouTube, but I've been doing this show for about 8 years. So I'm still going. Look at all these shows. Scrolling down. That's a hardworking man, folks. Hardest working man on YouTube. Show 529 under this name. And hey, if you're watching the show right now, do me a favor. Click on the description of the video. It'll pop down. Shut up, Dusty. God, I hate that guy. There's a more button. It says more right here. Click it. It pops down. The very first link goes to my Patreon. So basically what I do for a living is I put out free content. I'm what you call a digital busker. I don't have anybody who sponsors the show. I don't allow ads on the show because ads throw off the flow of the show, and I don't trust what they're going to sell you guys, so I don't let them sell you guys anything. Instead, what I do is I perform for you guys for free every single night, just like the guy on the street corner. And if you enjoy my performance and you want to support it, I ask you please chip in a couple bucks so I can keep doing this. And a good way to do this is through my Patreon. What you do is you click on this button. It's patreon.com/codcast, and it goes to my Patreon account. And you basically agree to become a member. You sign up, and whatever you can afford. I'm not greedy. If it's only $2, it's only $2. Now, if you can afford 10, 20, 30, chip that in. But if you can only afford a few, you can only afford a few. And what I do is, regardless of how little you chip in, everybody gets access to all my after parties. It's a bonus. It's a thank you from me to you for supporting the show. The after party is the show I do after the show twice a week. I'm doing it tonight, folks. Good after party coming up. The Good Liars have a new video we're going to check out. It's a long one, so come hang out with me. And everybody who's signed up on my Patreon, you get a ticket to the after party. So please help me out if you can, folks. And not to mention, a lot of my money goes to the cats. I rescue dogs and cats. They're about to be put down, and I give them forever homes. They're all incredibly spoiled. So if you like what I do, if you're entertained by it, and you want to help out me and the dogs and the cats, please go sign up to my Patreon. And thank you for letting me advertise to you. And all right, let's read these super chats real quick, see how we did tonight. $174. All right, that's not great, but I'll take it. BBC, 20 pounds. Take me to Pound Town. Man, I got to come visit you, BBC. You keep rubbing it in all that weed you're smoking, man. Still have not had weed in 6 months. I miss it. Meditate more, $10. Muchas gracias, Senor Dusty. Ella Copra. Hey, beans and disease to you. Meditate more. Appreciate you. C-Dubs. $30, very generous. Woo! You got a win for me, C-Dubs. Hey, Dusty, catch you on the replay. Fuck yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Appreciate you, C-Dubs. Keep up the great work. I will. You keep up the great work, Jerry Ain Smart. 5 tickets. Fuck yeah. Sometimes I give free tickets away to the people who are alive, but you got to be allowed to get them, folks. And the ratings have dropped. People said if I made all these shorts, I've been putting out shorts like crazy. People said the ratings would go up, and the ratings have dropped tremendously since I put it out the shorts. So I don't know. You guys told me to do it. It ain't working. You guys should help me get the show out there if you could. I would appreciate it. And thank you, Extreme. God damn it. For helping me out. I appreciate you. Low. My shit crashed. All right, scroll back up. And where we at? Yeah, Extreme 2731 gave 5 tickets. If you got one, give Extreme your love and show up to live to the show for your chance to win one. And I got 5 Mexican bucks, woo, from BBC. I don't know how much that is, but I'm guessing like 100 or something. Appreciate you, BBC. You fucking rock. Never underestimate cupcake brownies with kitty cat sticker on it. Mistakes were made. I regret nothing. Oh, man, quit fucking rubbing it in, BBC. I mean, you gave me money, so I forgive you, but I miss weed, y'all. I miss it. God damn it. Hey, somebody send me some, but you guys should send me some. If you have access to those cartridges or edible, whatever. There's a P.O. box listed in every video description. Send me shit, y'all. Thank you, BBC. Love you. Unhinged, $10. For the past 2 months, the U.S. government has been threatening to terminate my Social Security. Guess what? I fought the law and I won. F you. Is that clear? Fuck yeah. I had a dream that I was fighting for Social Security last night. Even though I'm not on Social Security, I had a dream all about it. It's kind of weird that you mentioned that. So, hey, good on you. Congratulations, Unhinged. Thank you for chipping in. $5 from Anthony Cannon. Sold my 18-plus art at Decadent Fest in New Orleans this Labor Day weekend. So cool when a porn star signs your art of him. Had great fun. That sounds like a great time. Congratulations, and thank you for sharing some of that with me. 2 and 2, the PDF and Genocide Uniparty. Yeah, they love their pedophiles. That's for true, Caligula. Jeremy Cagle, 2 and 2. Love you, Jeremy. $20 from Lowrider. Love you, Dusty. Love you, Lowrider. Oh, my friends. Love the Lowrider. Cole James, I always got a multiple twos for Cole. Love you, Cole. $20 from Q4 for the Fuzzies. Hey, the Fuzzies love you, Q4. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. And 5 tickets from Mr. Anderson. Hello, Mr. Anderson. If you got a ticket, give Mr. Anderson your love and come hang out with us after tonight's after party happening directly after this show. And welcome to That's Somebody Said LeBron. Hey, if you want a ticket, you can also buy a ticket. It's $2.99 a month, and also you get access to all the after parties. So if you want tickets at Emoji Cons, you can come buy them here on my show. You'll figure it out. And Loki, 5 tickets from Loki. Fuck yeah, Loki. That's the way to do it. Appreciate you, Loki. Lots of generosity tonight. Hey, if you're watching on the replay, come join us live because we have the best live audience on all of YouTube. Some real friendly folks, very supportive. So you don't have to suffer through this administration alone. Come suffer with us and hang out live. And all right, folks, got to read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show. So please help me out. If you enjoy what I do, reward me and I'll keep doing it. If not, I'll have to go work at Walmart. Let's move on. It's time for a little religious motherfucking bullshit, y'all. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Folks, you're not gonna believe this. They finally caught one. Christian values columnist charged in child sex ring. What? But he was a Christian. How could a Christian be a pedophile? That almost never always happens every time. A former Desert News journalist who also wrote an independent syndicated column about traditional values was charged Friday for allegedly enticing a detective posing online as a 14-year-old girl. Like, dude, if you look like this, you should immediately know it's a sting, all right? No person, even a child, wants you. You're disgusting. You're repugnant. You're repellent. How are you this dumb? A 14-year-old girl to engage in sexual activity. The Davis County Attorney's Office filed third-degree felony charges Friday against Joseph Brent Walker. So enjoy prison, Joseph Brent Walker. I hear pedophiles are incredibly popular there. And meanwhile, what do I live, folks? I tell you guys this all the time, that conservatives are some of the most submissive men you'll ever fucking meet. Which is weird because they pretend like they're so alpha. They pretend like, oh, don't tread on me. I'm an independent thinker. But they've done study after study that show that the more conservative you are, the more likely you are to love authoritarianism. And it's easy to understand why. It's because the dumber you are, the more likely it is that you are scared of the world. You can't really figure out what's going on yourself, so you have to put all your faith into these men who you believe know more than you and can tell you how the world operates, can tell you what to fucking think, and it makes the world less scary if you have faith in them and belief in them. Well, case in point, Christian boot camp, y'all. Christian boot camp, where these alpha male men go to be yelled at by some of the biggest and dumbest pussies on the fucking planet. This guy's about to yell at everybody like they're fucking children because they let one of their fellow dumbasses wear a goddamn hat. Imagine letting another guy treat you like this.
Wearing a hat?
Yes, sir.
Do you realize that he's wearing a hat?
Yes, coach.
Do you realize that he's wearing a hat?
Yes, coach.
So why does he look like a freaking football bat and you're not saying anything to him? What about these men back here?
Yeah, why does he look like a football bat? Oh, I don't know what a football bat is, but hey, don't you correct me. I'm a genius. I'm the best of you all. He looks like a football bat. Just what the fuck?
So why does he look like a freaking football bat and you're not saying anything to him? What about these men back here? Where else does this show up? We show up to church and a guy says something crazy off the wall about his daughter, about her taking some inappropriate job, and we just keep our mouths shut. We're like, oh man, and then we just pour it into the sin. Because gossip, man, that's one of those sins that seems to get a pass.
God, you're all such fucking pussies. You're all such cucks. Oh my God.
At the churches that I've attended, it just seems all...
If somebody yells at you like this and your instinct is just not to stab them till they fucking shut up, okay? You're not a man. I'm just saying. I'm not just saying. Maybe I'm a psycho. But, ooh, stabby, stabby. That's all I want to do.
Right. And we just let a brother go through life figuring it out the wrong way, and we choose to sit there in silence. Not here. Not here. We are in this together. We have created this consequence. We will pay it together. Please, by all means, put your hat where it belongs. Everyone else, the push-up. The...
Fuck you. God, you're God. Oh, you're so pathetic. So weak. So worthless. But what you gonna do, guys? I guess you can't do any better than that. And last but not least, on religious bullshit. Hey, you guys know how I've explained to you multiple times that there's nothing cooler in this world than Christian rap. Right? We all know this. We all know Christian rap, the coolest it could possibly be. But you know what's cooler than Christian rap? Children Christian rapping. Oh yeah, I saw this, and now you have to too, because I hate you. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you anti-gay Christian rap.
It's a demon that's inside of you. You ain't born that way, don't let it try to lie to you. I rebuke demons up by faith, hope you find the truth. I'm exposing these demons that try to hide in you. Pride stands for the land of the pigs, where they like to be trans and start playing with some kids.
Yeah, the trans. It's the trans. I like to play with the kids. Isn't that right? Isn't it the trans who are raping everybody? It's not. It's your youth pastors doing it. It's almost always Christian conservatives raping kids. Yeah. But hey, you can't say that, can you, kid? Just keep lying.
That bathroom's for girls, so we can't let you in. Steve, you ain't fooling no one. You're just a man in a way. You're not gay.
Oh my God, if you're gonna Christian rap, kid, at least be good at it. That's the worst. Hey, you're not making Christianity better. You're only making rap worse, to paraphrase King of the Hill. And I apologize, folks. I love you. I'm sorry. That was cruel. And that is my religious bullshit for this evening, folks. The horror. The horror. I know it sucks. What are you going to do? It's Christians. They can't do any better, folks. Hey, he's trying. God love him. God love him. That kid's going to grow up to be gay as shit, y'all. So he got to fight it while he can. And all right, we're along, folks. Time to get depressed. I know that wasn't depressing enough, so let's get any more depressed.
Free! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine! White power? I don't know. Is that what they said? I don't know. Why are you saying white power? That's not good, AI. God damn it. You had one job. Anyway. Google fucking sucks, y'all. Google. Their whole catchphrase was supposed to be "Don't be evil." Now Google's $45 million contract with Netanyahu's office to spread Israeli propaganda. Google is in the middle of a 6-month, $45 million contract to amplify propaganda with Netanyahu's office. The contract describes Google as a key entity supporting the Prime Minister's messaging, which sucks because they have the best AI system, so I guess that's the future. AI is just going to be selling us on child murder and genocide. Man, I wanted to love AI so much. God damn it, AI! Meanwhile, they're so scared of Zoran Mamdani, folks. And they say it's because he's a socialist, but that's not why. It's because he's anti-Israel, anti-genocide, pro-Palestinian. So, breaking news, President Donald Trump's advisors are said to have discussed giving Mayor Eric Adams a position in the administration as a way to clear the field in November mayoral election and damage the chances of Democratic frontrunner Zoran Mamdani. So here's the plan. Eric Adams, who was the Democratic nominee, right? He's the one that won last time, because even in New York, they suck shit. They want to get him out of the way. So Cuomo, who was also a Democratic nominee, but lost to Zoran Mondani. So they'll get Eric Adams out of the way so Donald Trump can funnel tons of fucking money, and the Republicans can support Cuomo to try to defeat Zoran Mondani. Because he is anti-Israel. And as he says, today's news confirms that Cuomo is Trump's choice for mayor. The White House is considering jobs for Adams and Slowa. Slowa is that Guardian Angels guy who's going to run as Republican. They're going to get rid of both of the candidates that are challenging Zoran and put Cuomo in there and then astroturf his ass and try to get him to win just for Israel, y'all. Let's see if New York falls for this. I wouldn't be surprised, though. I mean, it's a trash country. The New Yorkers are sick of corrupt politics and backroom deals, no matter who's running. Let's see. We'll find out. And which way, New York? Choose your side, the sex predator nursing home killer or the guy who smiles a lot? Yeah, this is the kind of shit they're putting out to try to trash him, folks. Never trust people who smile constantly. They're either selling something or not very bright. Yeah, look at this motherfucker smile. Remember, folks, this is what they did to Kamala Harris. Yeah, hey, I hate that Donald Trump is doing extrajudicial killings, and he stole out of our country and made $5 billion the first 6 months of his presidency. And I hate that he increased taxes on the poor and the middle class more than any president has ever fucking done. And he's killed the economy and inflation's going through the roof. But she laughed weird. Remember her laugh? I had to do it, y'all. Yeah, this is why we don't. So we can't defend ourselves. God damn it, cats. Hang on a second. I guess that can stay there. As long as you guys don't bump into it. They just knocked my keyboard off. That's very helpful. Okay, whatever, guys. We're gonna keep going. Fuck it, I do it live. And then good video I saw, folks. So you guys remember, I don't know what that rapper's name was. I can't remember. Oh, I think it was something Dylan. Bob Dylan. I remember Bob Dylan was like, death to the IDF, death to the IDF. And we were all like, yeah, death to the IDF. Anyway, some people that in the IDF didn't like that very much. And so they put out a video. And this guy made a video countering them. And I like that. So let's watch it.
Do you remember the famous Bob Dylan chant?
Death to the IDF!
I met him a couple of days ago. Seemed like a perfectly normal guy.
Death to the IDF!
It's not nice. It's very traumatic for Israelis to listen to. It's like saying death to the Nazis. You think every Nazi is bad?
I was an IDF soldier.
I was an IDF soldier.
Hi, Bob. I was in the IDF. My father served in the IDF for 40 years, my mom for 16. My brother is in the IDF now.
You see, this country...
Yeah, my brother's a terrorist now. Hey, well, he can get the fucking bullet too. Sorry. I mean, like, if your parents are no longer in the IDF and they don't support the IDF, if they're standing up against it, they're like, hey, we fucked up and we don't abide anymore, then they're cool. Otherwise, fuck you all.
Well, this society, this place called Israel, there are whole families who are all Nazis or all part of the same terrorist organization. Does that make them all bad?
You say death to the IDF. You're wishing death to my best friend, second grade teacher, in the supermarket, my neighbors, my future children, basically everyone I know.
See, in some places, everybody you know is a child killer.
That's right.
Do you think they're all bad?
And not just Israelis, you're talking about Jews, Christian Jews, and Muslims who serve. People from around the world who choose to enlist because they knew Israel must be defended.
That's right. People come from around the world to commit a genocide. What, every one of them is bad?
Military service in Israel is mandatory because our survival depends on...
Like, it's not even the fault of the people. It's mandatory to be an evil psychopath.
And the crazy part is their survival doesn't depend on it. Israel literally 5 times safer than Mississippi right now. Literally, even during their wartime, 5 times safer. During a normal year, it's like 8-10 times safer than where I the fuck live, right? So it's all bullshit all the way down.
It's compulsory to be a murdering, genocidal maniac. How is that the fault of the people?
In reality, you're saying that to me, my family, an entire country. Isn't that the definition of a genocide?
Yeah, just because they are doing it to other people, doesn't mean it should apply to them too.
Why do you want to kill me? Have you ever been to Israel? Ever met an IDF soldier? Let's have coffee, just you and me. Let's talk. Meet an IDF soldier face to face. Because clearly you've never even spoken to one of us. Not sure it's trendy enough for your Instagram, but you have an open invitation.
Yes, you should take that invitation. Sit face to face with a stone-cold, genocidal, psychopathic soldier from IDF. You need to sit there and listen to their inane bullshit. Just sit there and watch them regurgitate all of their propaganda. Like the only democracy in the middle, the right to... I can't say it properly.
Fuck all y'all Nazis! I don't care how big your boobs are. Death to the IDF. And meanwhile, this is hilarious. This normally would go in my Beyond Parody section, but since we're talking about Israel, let's put it here. The fucking victim complex these people have. It's incredible. So this guy, Yakov Langer, posted this video of Coldplay. And the title he posted is, Coldplay invited 2 women on stage, then berates them and makes them feel bad for being Israeli. That's right, fucking Coldplay, bringing these Israeli women on stage and berating them for no other reason than the fact that they're Jews. So let's watch evil Coldplay berate these women. This is what they're considering berating here, folks.
Where did you come from today? From Israel. Okay, well. Okay, well, listen. I'm going to say this. I'm very grateful that you're here as humans, and I'm treating you as equal humans on earth, regardless of where you come from or don't come from. Thank you for being here. We're grateful, and thank you for being loving and kind. And although it's controversial, maybe, I also want to welcome people in the audience from Palestine, because we have...
Oh my God, you almost killed them by thanking them for being there and telling them you respect them and treating them well. I can't believe they didn't sue you for almost dying. Just holy shit, these people. Eternal fucking victims. I encourage you to watch this video and see what this professional victim calls being berated. But they have to genocide, folks. They have to genocide because of the oppression. Meanwhile, heroes walk among us or walk out among us. Harvard law students walk out from talk given by Israeli ambassador.
Thank you so much. I am very glad to be Harvard.
Yep, fuck you. Everybody get up and walk out. You fucking evil terrorist. The whole world needs to do this, folks. If our government was completely bought and paid for by Israel, we had lost this country. This is what our politicians would be doing instead of doing 30 standing ovations. This is how you know that most people are not with Israel. It's not even a right-left thing in this country. Most Republicans aren't with them. Most of the left ain't with them either, folks. There's just a little bit in the middle, both Democrat and Republicans in the middle. And all our politicians being sold out. Everybody else is against this shit. But, of course, we are ruled by a very small minority of people and the vast money they are paid to sell us out. So thank you, fucking heroes. And one more! No, there's another video. Where is it? Okay, I guess it got removed. It's here somewhere, but I guess it's gone. All right, fuck it. That's it then, folks. We'll finish on that one. That's good enough. And, all right. Get your super chats in, folks. We got a quick what the fuck section coming up. And Beyond Parent. I only got one what the fuck, though. So, no, I got 3 what the fucks. I lied. Haha, I'm a liar. All right, and I got one. That's it. I only got 3 what the fucks and 1 Beyond Parody, and then that's it. We're going to go do our after party show. So, oh, here it is. I'll go ahead and play it, folks. Now, I'll save that for next show. Let's just save it since we're already past that section. All right, let's do some what the fuck. What the fuck? And folks, did you see this one? So apparently, Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi, and that other motherfucker, were all having a big meeting. They're all getting around Donald Trump. They're all being buddy-buddy together. forming alliances because America as a superpower is rapidly collapsing, and so Europe is abandoning us. Mexico and Canada, our most close allies, are abandoning us, and then we're getting played by Putin and China, so they're going behind our back and they're being buddy-buddy. Anyway, they got caught on hot mic talking about achieving immortality by swapping out all their organs and shit. These days, 70-year-old, early people rarely live to 70, but these days, at 70 years old, you're still a child. With the development of biotechnology, human organs can be continuously transplanted, and people can live younger and younger and even achieve immortality. Predictions are this century there's a chance of also living to 150 years old. This is what the world leaders are saying, folks. So become a vegetarian today, folks. Live as long as you can. Hopefully we're going to really reach escape velocity. That's where we're going to reach a point where they're going to come out with some drug that lets you live 5 years longer. And then in that 5 years, there'll be a drug that lets you live another 5 years. And in that 5 years, there'll be a new drug, a new technique that lets you live 10 years. And it'll keep going and going and going, and you'll be able to live for fucking hundreds of years potentially. That's what I'm going for. Hey, you're scared of death. Not me. I'm not delusional, baby. I'm going to live forever. And next up on What the Fuck? Did you guys see the CEO of one of the largest tech YouTuber channels in Turkey throwing a pot filled with pebbles out of his employee's head? Yeah, look at this shit. Fucking CEOs are all goddamn garbage. Picks this thing up, just chunks it. Boom! Ow! Starting to think that rich people might not be that nice, y'all. You might want to quit. Wonder if they have like laws against that in Turkey or some shit. Because fuck that guy. Get him out of there. And then last but not least, I got one more on What the Fuck, folks. And I got a question on What the Fuck. What the fuck is this? All right, folks. Now, I love Poochie Booty as much as the next guy. But I'm saying, even for me, there's a limit. I'm just saying, I think this is it, folks. I think I found my limit. Now, if you're into this, fine. I guess some people might be into this. Some people don't care how poochy the booty is, man. They don't care if the booty just so big it wraps around the earth and comes back and they can just motorboat both sides of the ass, I guess. But for me, that's too much. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. It's too much. You think that's AI? I don't know, baby. I don't know about that. Could be. Could be. It's a wild-ass world. But anyway, regardless, it's What the Fuck. And all right, I got one Beyond Parody coming up, folks. So get your super chats in. I was going to do the Gavin Newsom one. I guess I'll do both those in the Beyond Parody. But last chance to get your super chats in, and we're going to get out here and go do some after party. So prepare for your happy ending. It's time for Beyond Parody. And first up on tonight's Beyond Parody is Weasel-ass David Pakman, folks. And this is so funny, folks. So in this clip, David Pakman, also known as David A. Pakman, is pretending he doesn't know how to pronounce APAC. I shit you not! This is Donald Trump level of playing ignorance here, folks. Who in the world believes that David A. Pakman doesn't know how you pronounce APAC? This is so insulting, folks. Watch this shit.
Some creators in the first 48 hours took the Wired story and expanded it with even more outrageous claims, suggesting that it's APAC or IPAC. I don't even know how it's pronounced. APAC, IPAC.
Yeah, how do you pronounce? What is my name? David Pakman? I don't even know how to speak English. Where am I right now? What is this planet called? What's going on? Just so stupid, dude. First off, if you don't know how to pronounce APAC and you're a political commentator, that's even worse. That's not better, A. Pakman. But holy shit, what a cunt. Nobody believes you, dude. His brother literally worked for the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, right? His brother, who is a producer on his show, worked for the ADL. You gotta pretend like he don't know what AIPAC is. Just so stupid. And all right, we'll finish you guys on this one. Apparently, one of the big attack lines that Donald Trump got going towards Gavin Newsom is he does weird things with his hands. This is also something I see repeated on Republican social media a lot.
And Newsom, this is a very incompetent guy. I watched him with the hands. I'm saying, what's going on with the hands? There's something wrong with...
Yeah, what's going on with the hands? This is literally you. Anyway, Gavin Newsom, not to be outdone, puts out this video giving Donald Trump the business. He says, we talking hands? God, that's loud. We talking hands? Yeah, we talking hands, motherfucker. Look at this shit. You got a big old bruise on your hand. You dying. You dying. I'm a survivor. Sorry if that deafened you, folks. That was really fucking loud. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Fucking Gavin Newsom. Killing us all. And all right, folks, that is my show for this evening. Thank you for joining me, folks. I'm going to be back probably Friday. We'll see if there's enough content to do a show tomorrow. I may move back to 3 days a week because doing shows every day didn't seem to work out. The numbers have dropped pretty precipitatively. The watched hours dropped, the numbers dropped, the money I made dropped, everything dropped. So I tried it. But if there's enough content to do a show tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. So be sure you follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Just check back to make sure. But subscribe if you haven't done so. It's possible that YouTube might tell you my show's on. It usually doesn't, but I guess anything's possible. What you gonna do? It's always pulling teeth doing this fucking show. And let me go to my super chats. There you go, folks. At the top, you'll see a QR code. If you put your phone with the camera app open, it'll pop up a link that goes to my PayPal. That's a great way to chip in on the show if you want to help me out. If you have enjoyed the free content I have put out for you tonight, please throw me a few bucks so I can stay in business. I don't want to go work at a Walmart. And Ephraim Perez... Fan, hell yeah, your friends. I love you, and I love pears, man. I've been doing great on my diet, y'all. Fucking vegetarian is the way to go. Hey, Dusty, have a good day. Hey, you have a good day, Caramel Bad Chap. Good to see you tonight. Appreciate you. $50 Australian, future motherfucker. And Loader Sempire, spam the chat with impunity. You got all kinds of customized emojis now that you're a dust buddy. I appreciate you. 50 pounds. First you took me to Mexico. Now you're taking me to Europe. It's around the world with BBC. Fucking love you, BBC. Didn't quite make my nut, but you got me close. Thank you. Maybe I'll make it in PayPal. Appreciate you, BBC, as always. Everybody love BBC for keeping me in business. If you love the show, you better support the people that are supporting the show. 5 tickets from Loki. I think that's all. And all right, folks. Got to do a quick kitty party here, but we got an after party coming up next. So please tune in. Get your tickets now if you don't already have one. But leave comments on the show, folks. That helps the algorithm. Hit the like button. If you haven't already hit the like button, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and share the videos on social media. This is System Error by Dusty Smith. And now we're going to do a little kitty party. All right, you guys are waiting on it. Here you go. Let me in, shut me down. I'm just numbers lost in the sound.
Black suits, white lies, cash flow, dark skies. They feed us lullabies, but we don't close our eyes. Yeah, they selling gold to the ones on their knees, while we running through the city like a glitch in the machine. I hear the sirens singing in my head. Neon halos glowing deep in red. Swear to God I'm not afraid. Let it burn, let it fade.
We don't trust the game they play. Loading error system slay.
Break it down and run away.
Love you guys. Out. Switch over now. After party coming up next. Good night, everybody else. Thank you, Lowrider.